about these gentlemen and the lady that we have swearing in today. We put them through a lot of rigors here. We tested them mentally, physically, and morally to make sure they were best qualified candidates in the Boston area. Now, we're noted for our candidates. We produce the finest candidates in all of the United States. So for every 100 people that come into MEPS, we fail 75 to 80. All right, so what these guys have done is pretty close to being a miracle, is to make it through our testing. So this is the best that we have. Okay, we thank you for your contributions, and we thank these folks for being as good as they are. All right, any questions for me? Okay. Jason. All right, gentlemen, stand by.
I'll call you afterwards. Okay, no problem, no problem. Yes, sir?
Attention on deck.
At ease. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we get started, give me your name, your service, and the reason you joined.
John Estrepo, U.S. Navy, start of my life.
Okay.
Chris Law, U.S. Army. I just wanted to do it.
Okay.
Hope it was worth it.
Right.
Private Bucket, United States Army. Just wanted to do the right thing.
All right.
Haley Dix, U.S. Navy, to serve my country.
Great.
Jean-Louis Pierre, U.S. Army, to do the right thing.
Okay.
Believe Pertini, Navy, for excitement.
All right.
Santa Margarita, that's what I've always wanted to do my whole life.
All right. What service?
Army.
Army. Okay.
Patrick Ray, Navy. Experience.
Okay.
Casey Gus, Army, childhood dream.
All right.
John Sergi Jr., United States Army, serve my country.
Great.
Eric Caterly, United States Navy, hierarchy first.
Okay.
Scott Graham, U.S. Navy, better future.
Okay.
Ro Rubio, U.S. Army, make my family proud.
All right.
Henry Holt, Army, I think I'd be good at it.
All right.
Kenneth White, U.S. Army, serve my country.
Great. Well, congratulations and welcome. It says a lot about you, the fact that you're here. They say that less than 1% of Americans actually serve our military. And less than 1 in 4 between the ages of 17 and 24 even qualify, which is the majority of the folks that come up here. Less than 25%. So you're amongst the few, so congratulations and welcome. And you're joining a big family, not just for the Army or the Navy, which most of you in here are, but for everyone that wears a uniform. I know I definitely was one of those that always thought, you know, I'm joining the Coast Guard. Is there really anything else out there? But since I came here, I'm actually a Coast Guard officer that works for the Army. But then my boss is actually in the Navy. And then I have people that work for me that are in all the services. And my reason for saying that is regardless of the color of your uniform, we're all here doing our part. And here at the Boston MEPS, and that's to help you join service, because you guys are the future of our service. People like me, I've been in almost 20 years. I'll be retired soon, and you'll be in long after me, taking us to that next level. Now, basic training is your first step. It's going to be a unique experience. But make sure and use that. I know you're going from an environment like this, where you're with your family and friends, to an environment with people you don't know. But they're the ones that are going to be your family for the next couple months, and they're the ones you're going to count on. So make sure and do that, because the basic training, trying to get it done individually, it's pretty tough. But working together as a team, you can accomplish anything. So if you see someone needing some assistance in one area, help them out, because that person's to be the one that's going to be there for you tomorrow. But basic training is really only 2 months. What I really always like to talk about is after basic training. Take advantage of the benefits, because you never know what doors will open up for you. Tell you a little story about myself. I actually joined the Coast Guard, as I said, almost 20 years ago. Before I joined the Coast Guard, right out of high school, I went to college. I went to college for a semester. And the only reason I went for a semester is they sort of asked me never to come back. So I needed to figure something out for myself, and I figured, I'm from Puerto Rico, I grew up windsurfing, I grew up scuba diving. I think the Coast Guard would be a perfect fit. I'll join for 4 years, I'll have the GI Bill. But I came in and I loved my job. I loved what it offered me, and I loved the benefits. And regardless whether it's the Coast Guard, the Army, the Navy, it's the same. Tuition assistance, the same. Take advantage of it. I did. After about 4 years, I started taking classes in the evenings. Took one class here, one class there. All of a sudden, it turned into 2, 3, 4, 5. Next thing I knew, I was done. And they afforded me the opportunity to go to Officer Candidate School, and I walked right through it. Something I never imagined possible, something I never even thought of. If you would have asked me that 19, 20 years ago when I was joining, that I'd be an officer one day, I probably would have laughed in your face and said, yeah, I couldn't even get through one semester of school, let alone become an officer one day. But I used the benefits that the service had, and it afforded me that opportunity. And I can give you other stories like that. My brother's actually in the Navy. For those of you joining the Navy, he did the same thing. He came in enlisted in the Navy, started going to school in the evenings, and now he's a member of the Blue Angels, traveling with the Blue Angels. Something he never imagined, but the opportunities are there for you. This is your life and this is your career. You've already made a big step by being here today. From here on in, don't ever let anybody tell you can't do something in the service, because for everything in the service, there's regulation, there's a requirement. You want to become an officer one day, or you want to take classes, you want to go to school in the evenings, it's up to you. Open that book and says, you know what, these are the requirements I need to meet. This is the education I need to fulfill. And go for it. People like me, we can always tell you how we did it. We can always tell you, you know what, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that the opportunity is there for you. But we can't do it for you. We can just tell you how we did it, and we can guide you and help you. So the opportunity is there. Congratulations. Welcome. You're joining a big family. I look forward to serving with all of you here in the near future. Congratulations. All right, before we get going, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Have you been briefed on, and do you understand the DoD applicant briefing on separation policy and the restrictions on personnel conduct in the armed forces and Uniform Code of Military Justice, Articles 83, 85, and 86?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions, reservations, reluctance to enlisting at this time?
No, sir.
Okay, before we get going, I always like to ask, do we have any veterans in the room? Veterans on this side? I always like to acknowledge our veterans that we have. Okay, here we go. Attention on deck. Family and friends, please feel free to move up to the front of the front if you want to take some pictures. I know I don't have any pictures from the day I shipped out, so if you want to go on this side, or either way. Either way, even if you can join me on stage if you want. I know I don't have a picture from this day, and I always wish I did, so please move around as you please. Okay, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Jonathan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders
that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me,
appointed over me,
according to regulation
according to regulation
and the Uniform Code
and the Uniform Code
of Military Justice.
of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Great, you can lower your hand. Congratulations and welcome. Okay, family and friends, if you want to wait in here for a few minutes, I'm just going to take them to the room right next door. I'm going to do their paperwork. I'll send them right back in here so they can get pictures with you. Go ahead and follow out and have a seat out there for me. Okay, again, they'll be right back.
Congratulations, buddy. You're in the Navy.